Crime detector, the detector, I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try to find me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Brother me is gonna give another lecture. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you're traveling like an old projector. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I mean an interceptor with a vector. On his vector, with a respector, just ran around with a motherfucking detector. Zozo and Kupachak.
This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturb the video or show. Let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. All right. That's it, man. Hey, hold on a second. Hey, what do you guys think about my 10-minute hello timer? Isn't that awesome? That way you just know to go to 10 minutes into the show, and then perhaps then it'll start. Sorry to hear about your uncle there, Kubi. Hope he gets out of it. See if you can get some of that Regeneron. Yeah, all right. So I just have that playing all the time, but there's the chat. The dumbbell mug, it's in the I don't know. Is it hard to find? There used to be items of mine on my videos. Are those not there anymore? You used to be able to see below the video there was a link to Teespring items, but I don't know if I see those anymore. Do you guys ever see those? Oh man, I need to do 15-minute timer then, obviously. That's interesting. I wonder why it's like that. I don't know. A lot of weird stuff's happened with my account, so it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, you can see it? Okay. Yeah, well, if somebody can find the link to the Skippy mug, put it in there. But you should be able to find it on my... I don't know. I don't actually know how somebody else goes and finds it. Okay, cool. I guess I don't see it because why would I need to see it? Yeah. Let's see. I might be able to find it really fast here. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I can't find it easily for you. Oh, there it is. I got it. Well, I don't know if that's the page where you... I don't know how to get to the link to buy it. Or maybe this is it. Hold on, let's see. Oh wow, they're actually on Google. look at this crap. That's funny. My mugs made it onto Google here. Look at this. All right, here we go. Here's the link right here. So I just put it in the description there. Oh, I think so did Sassmere. All right. Anyways, I'm going to be doing these 3 cold cases out of Kentucky. One of them was actually solved, but I was already done, and then looked it up and I was like, oh wow, and it was pretty interesting how that happened. But the first one we're going to do is Bobby Dethridge. Unfortunate name there. All right, so this is, and these are ones that literally have almost nobody saying anything. Hey, wow, thanks, Stacy. Really appreciate it. And I just want to let you know, I don't care that much. You know, when I say that much, it's like everybody's saying hi, hi, hi. It's like, you know, I think what it feels like sometimes is when I can't start the show and everybody's paying attention. It's like when a comedian's doing his performance and people are still chit-chatting. Oh my God, it hit me in the head. But the thing is...
Thank you for being so wonderful and generous, Gray. You're the best true crime investigator. I love you so much and am so proud of you, my sweet friend. I love being part of the beautiful Freak family and I love you all so much. Sparkling heart, sparkling heart, sparkling heart.
She's so nice. Everybody loves Stacy too. She's the greatest. All right, who doesn't? So yeah, so the thing is, I know everybody in here is friends and we're all saying hi and all that kind of stuff. You know, so I know I sound like an ass when I'm like, hey, would everybody stop saying hi? You know, I'm not trying to be like that. I want to get going and I want everybody to hear all the different aspects of it. Okay, and then some people go, well, you can't hear at the same, you can type hellos and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. You know, it's hard to have a conversation and also be listening to somebody else. But hey, thank you very much there, Stacy. That was very kind. Thank you, Alicia C. Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so here we go. There was an individual, you know, Bobby Dethridge. He was just missing for a long time, and there was no articles that I could find when he was missing. You know, if he was in this case, if he was a 17-year-old blonde-haired girl from high school, she would have been in the paper the whole time she was missing. So this is probably some guy, you know. See, there's a discrimination there too, right? Back then, I think now it's a little different, but especially back then. Okay. So this is when a skeleton was found. Skeleton identified as BG Man. Oh my God, it's the bridge guy. What do you mean? Where is he? Where is he? Kentucky State Police have positively identified one of two skeletons. Wow. One of two skeletons found in Warren County last weekend as a Bowling Green man. The decomposed body of Bobby Joe Dethridge, 29, of 1139 Crudson Lane. So let's go to his house. So I guess he lived right there. Yeah, believe it or not, there's Street View out there. And that looks like that's more recent than 1980. This happened in 1980. That doesn't look like a 1980 house. That looks newer to me anyways. So that was the property. Let's see. He was discovered by two hunters at 7:30 a.m. Sunday in an unused barn on Barren River Road, 4 miles north of Bowling Green. The body had been in the barn about 6 months, police said. The cause of death has been determined as gunshot wound on the head with a positive identification. The investigation can become more specific according to Detective Benny Bowles. The case is being considered as a homicide, but there are no suspects, he said. Police have evidence that Dethridge was shot and killed at the scene where the skeleton was found. Dethridge was identified by comparing x-rays of the skeletal remains with medical records that were on file at the Graves Gilbert Clinic. Okay. Dethridge was convicted. Now this part's a little bit weird in there. Like they're bringing up some of his past criminal records, but you know, maybe it's related. Dethridge was convicted in October 1976, so literally 4 years, you know, prior, in Warren Circuit Court on a charge of first-degree assault under emotional distress. A county grand jury had initially indicted him for attempted murder of his wife, Mrs. Janice Dethridge, who was shot one time in the leg and one time in the arm on October 5th, 1976. Records at LaGrange Reformatory show Dethridge served 6 months on a 1-year term because they reduced it to that other charge. First-degree assault under emotional distress. Bowles declined to discuss Dethridge's arrest record and said state police will only release information confirming that Dethridge was identified as the victim. Police still are trying to make a positive identification of a skeleton found Friday in a wooded area on Barron River Road, 3.5 miles north of Bowling Green. It is believed to be the skeleton of a man reported missing in March 78. That's kind of weird. There's another body out there. Case is being considered a homicide. Yeah, that's interesting. How many bodies are just flying? That's what I always tell you guys. There's bodies all over the place. All right, let's be honest. They're all over the place. The skeleton was that of a man about 25 years old, police said. No cause of death has been determined. There is no evidence to indicate the two cases are connected. So, I might want to look into that one at some point. So, what are they saying up here? It said, I think it was on the previous page where it was located. Discovered by 2 hunters Sunday, an unused barn on Barron River Road. Well, didn't they say Barron River Road on the other one? I mean, hold on. Yeah, so look at that. That's just crazy. This guy, a skeleton found Friday in a wooded area on Barron River Road, 3.5 miles north of Bowling Green. And then this one that was found, the other skeleton was found 4 miles north of Bowling Green on Barron River Road. I mean, how could you say that you don't really think they're connected? I don't know, maybe they're not, but, you know. Alright, so that's the Barron River Road right there. This is Bowling Green. He lived right there. And I don't know, when they say 4 miles from a town, do they measure from... I don't know where they measure from. I gotta be honest with you. So I'm just giving you 4 miles from right there. And somewhere in this location. I was actually thinking maybe it was one of these barns right here that looked completely old. But, again, this is 40 years ago, so who the hell knows at this point. It's just kind of strange that you have 2 bodies. I didn't even notice that in the article the first time I glanced through it. That there were actually 2 bodies found on this road, and apparently only a mile apart. And apparently they're not related, but out in that area, there's skeletons all over the place, and, who the hell's to say? Let's see. All right, now we're moving to the 28th here. Bobby Joe Dethridge. Funeral for Bobby Joe Dethridge, 29 of 1139 Crutzen Lane was at 10 a.m. Yeah, it just kind of goes through who the survivors are. He was found dead of gunshot wounds on Barron River Road Sunday. So this one only didn't have much information. Here's the Kentucky State Police information. The Kentucky State Police in Bowling Green are asking for help in solving the murder of Bobby Dethridge. The body of Dethridge was found in a barn located on Barron River Road in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bobby Dethridge was last seen walking away from his residence on Crutzen Lane on May 7, 1980. The victim was recovered in a barn partially covered with haze. Wouldn't you just say hay? He was killed by multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators from Post 3 Bowling Green are asking anyone with information regarding the murder of Bobby Dethridge to contact Detective Sergeant Tim Adams. And the phone number there is 270-782-2010. Just a second. I think I have a longer article here, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit. So this one was written in 2008. Kentucky State Police in Bowling Green are asking for help in solving the long-ago murders of Bobby Dethridge and Clifton Raymer. Ah, so is Clifton Raymer the other body they found? That's what I'm wondering right now. That's interesting. Let's type. Hold on one second. Yeah, Raymer, Kentucky. Let's see, 1976, 1980. I'm just curious if that's the other body they found. Okay, 75. Kentucky State Police widened the search yesterday into Tennessee for 3 men who police said shot and killed an attorney here over the weekend. Okay, that's a different one. I almost looked into that one as well. Okay, so that's a different one. All right, so let's see. Bobby Dethridge was last seen walking away from his residence on Crutzen Lane on May 7th, 1980. He was recovered in a barn, partially covered with hay in November 1980. He was killed by multiple gunshot wounds, missing for more than 7 months. Dethridge was found when 2 rabbit hunters went into the barn seeking shelter from the rain. Think how freaky that would have been. You know, and it's pouring outside. It's already pretty creepy out. And then you're like, oh, hey, let's go into this barn here. And you go into that barn and boom. It's like absolutely, you look in there and you see a dead body. What does a live chat reminder mean? What does that mean? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sorry. So, anyways, why are you reminding me of that? May 7th? Well, a lot of weird crap goes on. I see my birthday show up all the time, and my brother's comes up all the time. It's crazy. Well, what's some... let's see. Okay. How do you know, Rebel Rose? How do you know that I have live or chat on or not? You can switch it to whatever you guys want. You don't have to do what I have it on. Alright, we're still actively working the case, Detective Chad Wynn said. I did a couple of interviews within the last week. So even in 2008, they were still talking to people. A major concern, a number of those people classified as persons of interest are starting to die, he said, because it's 40 years ago. Dethridge's vehicle was found in the parking lot of Rose's on Roosevelt Road, Wynn said. So, it's kind of a weird story because, he's in this house right here and he's seen walking away from the house. Then his body is found inside of a barn up in this area. It could be anywhere. I don't know how they're actually measuring it, but let's just say around in this area. And then his car is found later parked in a parking lot right next to this building here. It's pretty weird, right? No, I probably won't be looking any further, but if you I'm just covering, bringing it out there. And if you guys, when you say major suspects is, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. I mean, you can send me an email with it in it, and I can check it out, but I'm just bringing it up because nobody's talked about this case, I would imagine, on any social media platform and probably ever. That's what I'm saying. And all these cases need to be mentioned out there. But I don't know if I'll be spending more time digging into it unless something comes directly to me. All right, so if you have something you want to send me, go ahead and send it. All right, sound good? Cool. All right, where's the... Yeah, they never stopped working the case. There was a recent tip in the case that was investigated, but unfortunately it didn't result in anything. Yeah. They hardly ever put anything at all in the there's almost no information out there on this case. Now maybe there's some kind of a thread somewhere out there on Reddit or whatnot, but yeah. So if you have something, Charlotte, email it to me and I'll take a look at it, and then maybe I'll do an update. All right. Thanks, Julie W.
Hi everyone.
Yeah. All right, well that's all I had on that one. There was no updates in the papers throughout the years, anything like that. Maybe there's somebody out there that they're interested in, but as of 2008, they didn't seem to have anything. All right. So the next one I'm going to do is a police officer, actually. He was murdered. All right, and his name is William Barrett. And it's kind of a weird one. You'd think they would have a lead of some sort. It was obviously a hit of some sort. His address doesn't ever seem to be... Well, it does say it has a Moorhead's Trailer Park. Let's see where that is. But it doesn't really have an address. Yeah. It's tough. Don't see it. A lot of these things don't exist anymore, so. Okay, state police continue this morning a round-the-clock investigation into the fatal shooting of Trooper William H. Barrett, 35, of Rockfield early Sunday morning. And this is what he looks like. It's funny because he's only 35, but he looks about 50. You know how, like, everybody, I don't know what the deal is, but everybody back in those times, like, people look younger the older, what is it? We stay looking younger longer now. Must be in the food that we're eating. All those McDonald's hamburgers. When everybody's bitching about the chemicals they put in there, well, I'm okay eating preservatives, okay? If we can look younger longer eating preservatives, it makes me happy. What are you guys talking about? About Crystal Rogers and everything. I've already talked about Crystal Rogers on here. The body they found wasn't Crystal Rogers. Can we focus in on these cases tonight? That'd be great. Everything doesn't revolve around the big cases, you know. The whole world doesn't revolve around those. All right, we've talked about those 1,000 times on this channel, literally, you know, over the years. Well, not literally. I'd say 5 shows have had Crystal Rogers on. Yeah. Well, doesn't he look way older than 35 years old? Just looking at that. Anyways, his name, State Police Trooper William Barrett, is shown in a recent photo standing beside the patrol car at his mobile home residence, only a few feet from the spot where he was fatally wounded by gunshot blasts early Sunday. So that's his mobile home, and he was parked almost in the same spot. He drives his service vehicle home, and he was shot right there. Yeah. Barrett, who had been in the Kentucky State Police for 4.5 years, was slain about 12:15 a.m. So late at night, getting off work, it sounds like, Sunday in the driveway of his trailer residence at Moorhead Trailer Park on U.S. Highway 68. He suffered 2 gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead on arrival at City County Hospital shortly after the shooting incident. According to Warren County Coroner J.C. Kirby, Barrett suffered gunshot wounds in the stomach and right chest and shoulder. Kirby said both of the wounds, let's see, where is that again? Let's see. Suffered gunshot wounds in the stomach, yeah, and right chest and shoulder. So like just pump action, boom, boom, boom. You know, in the stomach, man, you're trying to cause pain with that one. Kirby said both of the wounds would have been fatal, but said his chest and shoulder wound apparently caused his death. An autopsy was performed on the body Sunday in order to obtain evidence, according to State Police Major Robert McKinney, who is in charge of the investigation at this time. McKinney is the commander of the State Police Bureau of Investigation and was called from the Frankfurt residence shortly after the shooting to conduct the investigation. McKinney said this morning Barrett was killed in the line of duty, obviously. In the line of duty, despite he had just finished working his shift when slain. Oh, okay. So they're saying he was killed in the line of duty even though he had just finished his shift. And I think that gives you extra pay or something like that. According to the officer, Barrett had stepped from his cruiser in the driveway of his residence and shut the car door. This kind of reminds you of the incident with, in believe it or not, the Crystal Rogers, you know, related to the Crystal Rogers case perhaps, the officer that was shot when they barricaded blocked the road, and he was shot. Ellis, I think is his name, and he was shot at a what do you call it, like a turnout, a exit off ramp from the freeway. And also he was shot as well. I said Jason Ellis. Can you guys see me type it in or say it out loud? You don't need to type it in to show that you knew it too. I literally just said it. And there's Zozo always doing the joke. It's amazing how everybody wants to do that. Okay. See, my brain is so big, everybody, that it takes a while for the information to get from point A to B, right? So you out there with the small brains, you're able to quickly come up with something because it's got a short distance to travel. Mine just, takes like an hour sometimes. Yeah. So the quicker you are at responding, the smaller your brain is. You get it? But having a small brain doesn't mean you're dumb, okay? Neanderthals had very big brains, and they're not considered geniuses. All right, the average human-sized brain, I think, is something like 1,200 to 1,500 cubic centimeters, and Neanderthals are around 1,800. Okay, so if they're anything like me, those Neanderthals, when a lion was running towards them, or whatever, mountain lion, whatever, saber-toothed tiger, they would sit and stare at it and then go, oh, and then try to move, but then the saber-toothed tiger had already attacked him by the time he was able to, process the information. Yeah. Man, I gotta set another alarm clock again. Another 10-minute countdown for Rebel Rose. Yep, if you only had a brain, from Wizard of Oz. Jeez. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah. Exactly, Mag. All of our brains are absolutely perfect. Oh, yeah. What was the word? I'm going to ask. This is just for fun. See, I got to go look it up. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. We'll get back to the officer story here in a minute. And by the way, I've been watching that show on HBO that with Nicole Kidman in it. Man, that's a great one. She's like, I think she is absolutely one of the best actresses there ever was. And Donald Sutherland in that show should win an Emmy as well. Thanks, Lee D. I forgot the name of the show. The name of the show is what their only problem. They didn't name it something very memorable.
Mind blown.
All right, I'm trying to find this one word. Hold on a second. Okay, have you guys heard of the word Lothario? I mean, I don't think it's a very common word. I've never even actually heard it before. Okay. No, The Undoing is the name of it. Yeah. There you go. Well, somebody said, oh, it's really common, and I just don't agree, I mean, of course, you guys, maybe you've heard of it, but I don't ever use the word. Never heard it used. I just don't think it's like, oh, it's so common. Everybody knows it. It's used every, I'll undo Nicole Kidman. What does that mean? Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good show. Well, supposedly it's something like a womanizer, but he kind of likes to try to get something out of it, too. Yeah, it's called The Undoing. You guys should watch that. It's really well written. You're not really sure who's the... I have this one person that I think might be the person involved. The killer, let's say. But I won't say. You guys can go watch it. Yeah, but it sounds like it's more like a nefarious reasoning, Angie. It's not like, oh, you know. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to get back to the... Hey, thanks, Holly Evans. Huh? No. Just watch the show. I don't really need to look up. Don't look up Nicole Kidman on BNC Bandits. Just watch her show and her acting ability. All right, cool. All right, let's get back to the get back to this really quick. Yeah, because Zozo's she doesn't like Sean Connery because of the thing he said on Barbara Walters. All right, so you know. I thought what he said on Barbara Walters was crazy, but back then people got away with saying shit like that. Well, I don't care if she's... What do you mean fake? Like she's got Botox injections and everything? I don't even care what her personality is. She's a really good actress. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody needs to know what their personalities are. It has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I think most actors in there are... and actresses are absolutely the fakest people you've ever met. Hey, one good note is Ricky Schroeder is one of the people who donated to get the what was his name? The kid that got arrested for shooting in Kenosha. He was one of the people that bailed him out. Ricky Schroeder. All right, that's amazing. What's going on, Blue? What's going on, Blue? Blue, what's going on? Man, if you don't have the right sounding car, he gets freaked out. Sean Connery on Barbara Walters was talking about how he hit it, his wife was just yapping at him over and over, and then he hit her in the face, slapped her, and then he said, yeah, every once in a while you got to do that kind of stuff when somebody's acting, And that was back in, I don't know, 70-something or 80. And when he said it, now he would be literally tarred and feather for saying something like that. But he said it back in that time, and he's kind of skated through without really people caring that much, But it's crazy that when he said that, didn't receive any backlash for admitting that he could just slap his wife in the face and he felt good about it. You should go, that's a Barbara Walter special, but that's not really what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys, yeah, we know, Jackie, we know, we talked about it. But everybody out there, who gives a shit? I'm talking about their acting ability, okay? That's what we're talking about. It's like everybody wants to show their moral superiority by trying to denigrate somebody off the set. That's great. You can go ahead and do that. Start your own blog somewhere. But what I was talking about was Nicole Kidman is a very good actress. Sean Connery was a very good actor. Or at least the parts that he played, he was really good at. Okay? That's it. Okay? But start a blog if you want to go cut down, because I think they're all total idiots. All of them. Susan Sarandon, what a pile of shit she is. Tim, just all of them. Tim Robbins. They're all morons, okay? No, I'm bringing it up because you, Zozo, about 2 seconds ago, started dissing on Nicole Kidman, and then I said, yeah, that seems like be a pattern that you have, because now you've done it twice when we're not talking about anything like that. Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I brought up Sean Connery. I just said Nicole Kidman's a great actor. Oh, look her up on the site. She's fake. Who gives a shit? That doesn't mean she isn't a good actress, right? All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, every single time. You always say the same thing. Yep, I'm out of here. Oh, good. Yeah, boy. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's what sucks about having like the little side conversation for a second. I just wanted to say, hey, everybody, watch this show. You got a good actress. And then all of a sudden it turns into a shit show about bashing and all that shit. I'm just talking about she's a good actress. Yeah, Hugh Grant in there, he kind of does some weird stuff. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure how to take how he's acting. Not really sure about him. He could be good, he could be not be good. But yeah, you guys should go, if you want, on the side, go check out those shows. And there, you know, you can go watch the thing he said on Barbara Walters, and then go read the blog that Zozo just brought up. Okay, I'm sure it'll be really interesting and all that stuff. But I didn't really want to get deep into it like that. I just was talking about a show that it's pretty good to watch, really good one. So, anyways. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm on early. All right, here we go. According to the officer, Barrett had stopped. This is the same. We're going back to the officer case now. He went back home, you know, after work, 12:30 in the morning-ish. And he gets out of his car and he gets shot a couple times. According to the officer, Barrett had stepped from his cruiser in the driveway of his residence and shut the car door when the shooting occurred. Within seconds, 3 blasts were fired, with one coming from Barrett's pistol. The other 2 blasts were fired from a shotgun, which police believe to be a double-barrel weapon. Yeah. Police have theorized the shotgun blasts have been fired from a nearby storage shed. The single shot fired from Barrett's gun was in the shed wall, so he was able to get a shot off, it looks like. 3 blasts were fired within seconds. 3 blasts were fired, with one coming from Barrett's pistol. The other 2 blasts were fired from a shotgun, which police believe to be a double-barrel weapon. So he probably saw him, pulled out his gun. I wonder if he just sort of shot at the guy as he was lying on the ground or something. Police have theorized the shotgun blasts have been fired from a nearby storage shed. The single shot fired from Barrett's gun was found in the shed wall. According to police, Barrett's wife, Thelma, was inside the trailer when the shooting occurred. When she heard the shot, she ran to the door and saw her husband on the ground next to his state police cruiser. So when she heard the shot, she ran to the door. Also hearing the shots were the residents of the nearby trailer. The residents ran to Barrett's trailer and were asked by Miss Barrett to telephone state police. Within minutes after state police were notified of the shooting, roadblocks were set up in numerous counties in south central Kentucky, and all police officers on duty were alerted to be on the lookout for any suspicious looking person or car. A car reportedly was seen leaving the area immediately after the shooting, and the right side of the screen is kind of cut off, so I'm trying to guess what the word is. And a new description of the car was broadcast to all law enforcement agencies. Although the roadblocks have been removed, state police troopers were spot checking numerous cars Sunday night and today. Several persons have been questioned in connection with the shooting, McKinney said, but no arrests have been made. The investigating officer said all clues and leads are being checked out, and all records involving Barrett performing his duties as a trooper are being studied. McKinney declined to be more specific at this time, but added officers were doing everything possible to find out who did the shooting and why. Thanks, Kubacek. In discussing the incident, McKinney said officers are checking on the duties Barrett performed during his Saturday shift. He said at this time it is believed Barrett did not have any trouble during his Saturday investigations. Aiding in the investigation of the shooting are state police troopers who have volunteered their off-duty time to assist. Also called into the investigation have been detectives from several other state police districts. So there you go. Yeah, this is 49 years ago, and it's still open. Pretty crazy. Oh, man. Woo. Hold on a second. Okay. Look at this is what Kubi just showed me. See, that's Nicole Kidman. So when she said she was fake, okay, right. So she doesn't have straight hair, and yes. Oh my God. Oh, that's hilarious. Shit. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I know. It's just kind of funny, right? But here's the thing is, even if she's doing Botox and everything, it worked on her. You know, she doesn't have that weird looking face where it looks totally weird. You know, the puffy eyes and everything. And, so. All right, let me read this one here. Off-duty policemen from Bowling Green and sheriff deputies also volunteering to work during off-duty hours. He's the first trooper to be slain in the Bowling Green State Police District and is believed to be the first law enforcement officer fatally wounded in Warren County. Barrett was a native of Tennessee and a member of the Church of Christ Masonic Lodge. Uh-oh. Oh, no, everybody. Mason. Oh, God, you see the word Mason in there? Thanks, Linda Howell, as in Linda Moldenhow of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Oh, God, look at that. Masonic Lodge. Uh-oh. Man, I'm glad this isn't a recent case, or all these YouTube channels will be out there covering it. Oh my God, do you think it's a Mason?
Thanks,
or
the all of the amazing freaks?
You think it's the Freemasons or the Illuminati? Jessica Schubach. Okay. They don't really have his exact address. They said he lived, I think it was off in this town here in a trailer park, but I don't really see it. And again, this is him standing right out in front where he did end up getting shot. And he's only 35 years old, but back then he looked 50-something. Although it's also black and white. If it was color, he might look a little younger. Okay, and this is, now we're looking at about 3 months later. And that's months with a T. Warren Circuit Court Judge Thomas Hines of Division II instructed the March and April grand jury to investigate the progress, if any, of the police investigations of the recent slaying of Jake Pushin and State Trooper William Barrett. So there's another, state trooper that was killed. Barrett, 35, was shot to death as he stepped from his car in front of his Rockfield residence on December 19th, and Pushin, 80, was found beaten to death in his 628 East Main Street residence on December 29th. So, man, that's only 9 days after, maybe 10 days after the trooper was shot. No arrests have been made in either case, and police have not disclosed the progress. I wonder if there's a connection between that 80-year-old and Barrett somehow, you know. And then whatever that connection would be, if they are related, would be how they could find who did it. Let's see. Jake Pushin. I don't know. I don't know if that's related, but I guess the shootings in that town are so rare. I don't think the 80-year-old was a police officer, though. Just two killings within 9 days in the town. So let's see. His was 628 East Main Street. Yeah. I'm getting good at catching it before it shoots off. Yeah, so right there. And this is Jake Pushin. I wonder if that one's solved. No. Not there. Alright, Barrett, 35, was shot to death as he stepped from his car in front of his Rockfield residence on December 19th, and Pushin, 80, was found beaten to death at his 628 East Main Street residence. Different MO there. On December 29th. No arrest has been made in either case, and police have not disclosed the progress of either investigation. Hines told the grand jury members, the Warren County Sheriff's Department, City Police, State Police, and the FBI will assist you in any way in the investigation. Hines also told the jury members to make the proper investigation regarding the sale of narcotics or marijuana in Warren County. I don't know what that has to do with it, but alright. Then we're going to go to a couple articles here. So there he is right there. That's a better picture of him. I don't know if you can... Right there. So he looks younger in that shot right there. Thanks, Holly Evans. And they don't have much more information in this one. Yeah, well, she did have the nice frizzy hair there, Zozo. But the Kentucky State Police in Bowling Green are asking for help in solving the murder of Trooper William H. Barrett. On Sunday, 12/19/71, at 11 a.m., or 11 minutes after midnight in the morning, Trooper William Barrett arrives home upon completion of a shift. He was dressed in his uniform and state police marked car. Upon exiting the car, he was shot 2 times with a shotgun by an unknown offender. He was able to return fire with his service revolver. So he shot once after the 2 shotgun blasts, one to his stomach and one that hit him in the chest and shoulder. Investigators from Post 3 Bowling Green are asking anyone with information regarding the murder of Trooper William H. Barrett to contact Detective Matt Cardwell or Lieutenant Brian Whitaker. And the phone numbers there are 270-782-2010. Okay, now we do have this one. This is an article. I think it has a little bit more information, so I'll read through this one. Daily News. This one is from 2010, so 40 years after the murder. Or, 10 years ago for us. Yeah. So how the treatment's going there, Carrie? Are you getting better? All right, here we go. Almost 40 years ago, Kentucky State Police Trooper William Barrett was gunned down outside his home. His killer has not been captured, but state police remain on the case, hopeful that someone will shed light on who committed the crime. I mean, now it's 50 years ago. Almost everybody involved. I mean, if you were 20, you'd be 70. If you were 30, 35, you'd be 80 something. I mean, it's just no piece of information is too small, said Captain Lisa Rodzinski, commander of KSP Post 3 in Bowling Green, encouraging anyone to come forward with information. Don't assume that we already know what you may have to tell us. Well, good. I'm glad you got your surgery. See? All the freaks out there, thank you all for helping her out when she needed it. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to this. No piece of information is too small. Barrett's murder is one of a handful of cold cases that have gone through the hands of multiple KSP detectives over the years. During that time, police have gathered evidence and interviewed several witnesses. A number of persons of interest and suspects emerged at the onset of the investigation, but leads proved fruitless, and police don't have enough information to charge anyone with the crime, according to KSP Detective Tim Adams, who currently leads the investigation. On December 19, 1971, Barrett, 35, had just completed a 4 p.m. to midnight shift at the Bowling Green Post and had backed into his driveway outside his residence at Moorhead Trailer Park off Russellville Road in Rockfield. All right, let's see. Let's just see if we can find that randomly. Okay, there's Rockfield. And I'm kind of, let's see. Now let's get that road in there. Russellville Road. Okay, so it's this main road. Thanks, Barbara Smith.
I have internet for a minute, love y'all.
Geez, Streamlabs, that was crazy. I have internet, I love y'all. Man, you almost sound like an auctioneer, Streamlabs. Crazy.
I'm fired out of it, 10 down, 15 on the mind, but I'm buried on 15.
Yeah, hit the like button, 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 hit the like button. No, they don't have the gun.
30, now 5, I'm 35.
I don't think they have anything at all, Carol. I mean, the individual didn't touch the officer. They shot him. If they collected their shells off the ground after the shooting, then there really isn't going to be any forensic evidence unless there was a hair that fell out of his head, and in 1971 they thought of collecting it. See, nowadays people think of collecting hair because it's a a source for DNA. Those kind of things, like little hair fibers, or you can compare the strands with the known strand. You know, they've been doing that for a while, but I just don't think there's any of that kind of information. You guys ready to get back to this, or I'll wait. I'll put the timer back on for you guys. Where do I find it? Let's see. It's yeah, but that's not his car. He took the car with him. There was a witness. Let me get back to this article, though. Okay. All right. As he stepped out of his car, someone emerged from around a building next to Barrett's residence and shot the trooper twice, once in the right shoulder and once in the stomach. Barrett, who served in the KSP for 4 years and previously worked for the Tennessee Highway Patrol, was able to fire at least one shot during the incident. Well, wouldn't you guys know that for sure? I mean, you'd have the shell casings from him, which hit the building where the suspect had been waiting. The shooter fled the scene after ducking through a gap in a fence line near Barrett's trailer, Adams said. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There was no one specific person that stuck out at the time that was after him. Barrett was pronounced dead at the scene, leaving behind a wife and 2 children who were inside the trailer when the shooting occurred. God, what a nightmare. And so this does remind you quite a bit of Officer Ellis, because this was absolutely planned. It's late at night. They knew where he was going and ambushed him. That's wild how similar that is.
Ready, smiley face.
It's crazy. Thank you, Julie W. It's bizarre. Yeah, it's really bizarre. It's an ambush situation with another officer, but it's definitely, it's 40 years before the other one, but I don't know. It's 40 years before. It just seems really similar, though. It's weird. Other than the other one was on a road, but this one's the same thing. You ambushed an officer and shot him with a shotgun, which is the same as well. Barrett was pronounced dead at the scene, leaving behind a wife and 2 children. Though there was no evidence that Barrett's death was retribution for something he did as a trooper, state police believe the death was not random. Yeah, no, it wasn't random at all. It was an absolute execution and planned, and the person who did it knew that what time he usually gets home. So then you sort of feel like I wonder if there's somebody related to the wife that maybe wanted him out of the picture, Did she get remarried at some point? Soon after? I mean, if there's no if it wasn't a killing related to his job, like he arrested somebody and they're coming back to get him, then why would anybody else know what time he got home? I don't know. I don't know if it has that kind of information, Rebel Rose. It's just, this is 1971. Yeah, I mean, listen. The thing is, the thing that Michelle typed in, the thing that William typed in, and the other, I thought the same thing. Like, oh yeah, well maybe it's somebody that knew the family. They did the same thing their dad did a long time. But I don't bring it up because it's so far fetched. It's like the odds of that are really low. That 40 something years later, another kid who knew that something like that happened in the family did it again. So that's where I don't do it. I'll let you guys do that though. Right. Adams said the initial homicide investigation undertaken in 1971 by police was particularly wide-ranging, with detectives going so far as to investigate a year's worth of gun sales in Warren County in an effort to locate the source of the murder weapon. Shotgun wadding left at the scene. Okay, here you go. So part of the ballistics was left there. Hey, thanks, Holly Evans. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are so very talented. Love everything you do. Heart.
Yeah, maybe you read about the story. Who knows? But it's also something that they might do, right? Because police officers are public figures who, if you want to, you could find out what their known routes are. You go to their office, and then you could just follow. You see them get off, and you could do that with anybody. Actually, right? So this person knew exactly when he was going to be home, got there before he got home, was hiding behind a building or something. Then when he came home, he came out, shot him twice with a shotgun. Then the officer was able to fire one back, missed, and then he drove away in whatever vehicle that was. All right, so this is the stuff that was maybe left at the scene. Shotgun wadding left at the scene in Barrett's uniform, which he was wearing at the time of his death, are some of the physical evidence that was recovered and that detectives today still refer to their investigation in addition to the voluminous case file. Yeah, so the shotgun wadding. Huh? What about the shells, though? Barrett was the first. Oh, it might be. Aren't there some shotguns that keep the shells inside of it after the shot, and then you kind of have to take them out yourself? So I'm kind of wondering if that's what this was. A double barrel shotgun. Boom. They're still in there. You have to take the shells out, put two more in. Okay, yeah. Then there's some that eject the shell. So I would think a double barrel, the shell would be still in the gun, right? So that wouldn't be a problem for the killer. Barrett was the first trooper at the Bowling Green post to die in the line of duty. His death is not the oldest active investigation being worked by Post 3. A 1966 homicide in Allen County remains unsolved and is one of 17 cold cases listed on the KSB website. Yeah, maybe check that one out. There's a whole bunch in Kentucky, so I might be doing a few. Barrett's surviving relatives moved out of the area several years ago, and the trailer where Barrett lived is no longer on the lot. Also, 2 members of the original investigation team died in the line of duty. Wow. What are the odds of that? It takes quite a bit more effort just to locate people and develop new people to interview, Adams said. A lot of times, though, you learn a little bit from somebody who might be able to tell you someone to talk to, if nothing else than just for background information. As years pass, though, technological advancements such as forensic analysis of evidence can help an investigation. Adams said that going over the case file and consulting with detectives who formerly worked on the investigation can help. Occasionally, the Post will receive calls from people claiming to have information about the case. The most recent call came about 6 months ago. The information that has come to KSP attention has not led to an arrest, but because of the trickle of information that has come in and priority given to solve the death of the state trooper, police are reluctant to refer to this case as a cold case. Yeah. So there you go. That's a crazy one now. I mean, that's one of those ones that's probably the hardest to solve. When somebody's killed by a hitman or something. And even if it's not a so-called hitman, the killing's similar, where they just, boom, there's very little forensic information. They must know that the two shots were first, probably came out, wasn't too far away, boom, boom. And the only thing that they have is the shotgun wadding. That's ejected, I guess, after the shots. The shell wadding. And then there seemed to be a witness of a vehicle. And, it would have been interesting if they could have figured out who bought, but they only went back 1 year to see who bought that gun, right? Well, we don't know, Rebel Rose. I mean, I just read you all the information, okay? All right, so that is it for that case, and then we've got another one coming up here. This one, though, turned out to have a resolution, but it was pretty interesting when I got to the end of it. Hey, Hem Coomer, why don't you go troll somewhere else, all right, buddy? We'll put you on timeout. See if you can come back and act like a normal person, okay? Yeah. There we go. Well, you don't need to hide the person yet. Never mind. I don't care. What's going on with the audio? I can't help you if you have your own audio issues on your own computers. I won't be able to help you out. I mean, I think my audio works fine for everybody else, right? You guys hear me clearly? Put a 1 in if you hear me clearly. There you go. Okay, here we go.
I'm fired out of midnight 10,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, there's the 69.
30 and 30 and 30, 25 at a dumber on 30. You want to put 30, sir? 25 of them, you're out. I'm at a dumber on 25 at a dumber on 30, 30 now 5. I'm 35.
What are you talking about, Emily? How about putting a bit of DNA on the... Oh, yeah, I see. Yes, everybody, put some DNA on the thumbs up button, or hell, even hit the down button. What are we up to now on the dislikes, by the way? Are we in the 20s yet? From the trollmongers out there who think they're actually affecting it, but they're actually helping me out quite a bit. Oh, that's it, only 11. Come on, you guys. Click it again. Or not again, but, somebody else that hates me, hit it. Okay, good. All right, here we go, everybody. We're going on to the next one now. Linda Sue Boards. Okay, awesome. It's up to 14. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. The death of Linda Sue Boards, 23, of Smith Grove, is being investigated as a murder, pending the results of an autopsy, authorities say. Warren County Coroner J.C. Kirby said yesterday that an autopsy was performed. These are all in Bowling Green, by the way. All three of these. Was performed Friday night at the Bowling Green Medical Center. He said evidence has been sent to the State Police Crime Lab in Frankfort. Miss Board's body was found about 1:30 p.m. Friday on a farm off US 68 interestingly, that's 68. 3 miles outside Smith Groves in Warren County. Kirby said Miss Boards was last seen Monday when she went to Bowling Green with her sister and brother-in-law. They went to a nightclub, and she decided to stay in town rather than leave with her relatives. You guys ready to get on to this one? Let me get that timer going again. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me get that timer. Hold on. The cool emojis. What are you talking about, Rebel Rose? It's Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yeah, I'm just waiting because it seems like everybody's joking around again. I just want to get everybody. I'd like you to, when we're doing the cases, to get into it. All right, okay. So anyways, the condition of the body indicated that she died after Wednesday, which is weird because she went missing on Monday, and then it said that Wednesday is when she died after Wednesday. See right here, was last seen Monday when she went to Bowling Green, but then all of a sudden indicated that she died after Wednesday. So that's pretty interesting, right? Okay, so then it says the death of a 23-year-old Smiths Grove woman whose partially clothed body was found Friday afternoon. So I was looking up all this stuff. This one's one of the ones that was solved. I don't want somebody typing it in. I just want to get through it, okay? But at the end, right when I was done getting all the information, I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy, all right? The coroner said a post-mortem examination was performed on Linda Sue Board 23 of Smiths Grove Friday night at the medical center, and evidence from the examination, this is 1981, there's no picture of her anywhere, was sent to the State Police Crime Laboratory in Frankfurt. In the meantime, Kirby said the Sheriff's Office and State Police are investigating the woman's death as they would a murder case. Miss Board's body was found 1:30 p.m. Friday in a field on Cecil Booker's farm on the Hydro Road off US 68. Yeah, so I'm just guessing, you know, again, it's one of those, 1.4 miles south of Smiths Grove. Now, I don't know if I measured from here off this highway straight down this road, and it was right around in this area right here. But I to be honest, I don't know. This is 68, so it could be closer to here, and maybe they're measuring it further up into Smiths Grove when they say 1.4 miles south of Smiths Grove. What does that really mean? You know, I don't know where, if somebody's driving their car and they're trying to figure out the exact location. All right. So that's where her body was. So here's how it worked. She was in Bowling Green, and it's at a club called Peacemakers Club. She was there with their sister and, you know, family members, and she decided to stay later than they did, and then she just disappeared, and then she ends up being found. She actually lives in this town, Smith Grove, right here, but her body was found right around here, near some strawberry, like behind, I think near equipment on a farm, near a strawberry farm. So it's almost like somebody was fooled her into thinking she was getting a ride home from the bar, but then went a different direction. You see, did something totally different, because it's very close to where she lives, but she never made it home. So it kept her off guard, thinking, okay, this is working out, right? This is working out, right? Hey, let me take this shortcut. I'll go on this little side road out of there. You know, who the hell knows? Could have just been off this freeway. And then things went south right here, maybe. And then boom. Kirby said if the woman were murdered, she probably was killed somewhere else and taken to the field. Kirby said the woman was last seen alive Monday when she came into town with her sister and brother-in-law. They went to Bowling Green nightclub, and the girl reportedly decided to stay in town rather than leave with her relatives. The condition of the body indicated the woman died after Wednesday, Kirby said. All right, now we're moving on to a month later. Autopsy results expected. Investigation into the death of Smith Grove woman whose body was found in a field off Hydro Road a month ago is continuing, according to state police detectives. Bowles said Miss Board's death is being treated as a murder. Miss Board's partially clothed body was found May 15th in a field on Cecil Brooks Farm on Hydro Road off Highway 68. Okay, then August 12th, 2 months after that, Kentucky State Police are awaiting autopsy results to determine if the 23-year-old Smith Grove woman was strangled. And again, the body of Linda Sue Boards was found May 15th near a barn off US 68. And 2 days later, woman believed strangled. Kirby said, County Coroner J.C. Kirby said Thursday an autopsy on the body of a 23-year-old Smith Grove woman indicates she did not die of natural causes. Kirby said the autopsy, which was performed by Dr. Jerry Gibbs of Glasgow, indicated Linda Sue Boards died of asphyxiation following probable strangulation in a manner compatible with homicide. So they did show that. And then the murder probe continues. State police have no new State police have no new leads to help them find the person who strangled Smith Grove woman in May, but their investigation is continuing, a state police officer said Thursday. Authorities suspect that whoever killed 23-year-old Linda Sue Boards was giving her a ride from Bowling Green to her home in Smith Grove, according to Detective Benny Bowles. See, there you go. That's exactly what I was thinking. The officer investigating the case. The Boards was last seen alive Monday, May 11th, at a Bowling Green nightclub. Her partially clothed body was found the following Friday afternoon in a field on the Hydro Road off Highway 68. Results of an autopsy on the body, you know what? I bet you it is right next to 68. Yeah, and I think that they're measuring maybe to the center of the town there, and that would make sense. And I just think it's probably like right over here. You know, the car probably came down, killed her somewhere else. You know, started getting her on the way home, killed her somewhere else, and then drove down this highway, just barely pulled off, and dumped her body off of it. That's what I think. Yes, that's the Hydro Road. Yeah, it's hard to know for sure though, because I don't know if I think the Hydro. Yeah, it's still called Hydro Ponsville Road there. And then does it still? Yep, still called that here. Okay, good. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, well, that was enough. I gave the idiot Hem Coomer a chance, but he's gone now, right? So let me be the one. You guys can time out, people. I'll see it. I'll read what they said, then unless they're obvious, right? All right, good. Let's see. Results of the autopsy on the body released about 2 weeks ago confirmed state police suspicions that Miss Boards died of asphyxiation. The report indicated Miss Boards died 24 to 48 hours before her body was found. Piecing together information from several family members, friends, and persons who saw Miss Boards the night she disappeared, police have been able to trace Miss Boards' movements after her relatives left her at the nightclub. How were they able to do that? Guess she probably didn't leave the nightclub until she left with somebody. The Boards reportedly decided to stay in Bowling Green rather than leave with her relatives. Mrs. Boards. Let's see. The trail ends at about 4 a.m. Wow, Tuesday, May 12th, Bowles said. The young black woman was seen leaving several different bars with men Monday night and in the early morning hours. Tuesday, according to information state police have received, Bowles said. Let's see. Was seen leaving several different bars with men Monday night and in the early morning hours Tuesday, according to information state police have received. Okay. Bowles said police have no suspects in the case so far. Everyone has been really quiet on this, or maybe they just don't know, he said. All right, so then 10 years later, we've got this one. And that's an image of it, but it's hard to make out. Linda Sue Boards probably knew her killer. She got into his car early in the morning, May 15th, 1981, and he was probably giving her a ride home to Smith's Grove, according to Kentucky State Police. Police also say the man who raped and strangled the 23-year-old woman might not have known he killed her. He might not have known he actually killed her, they said. They'd even gone to the trouble of folding her coat and putting it under her head, Detective Benny Bowles said. We don't know. Maybe they thought they'd choked her down to unconsciousness and she'd wake up and go home. But Miss Boards never woke up. Her body, naked from the waist down, was found at 1:30 p.m., about 1.5 miles from Smith's Grove. Bobby Booker was on his way back from fishing on his farm when he found the body near a strawberry patch. Police don't think anything happened on the farm. They think she was killed elsewhere and left in the country. We had been able to trace her whereabouts, Bowles said. She'd been in several clubs down on 3rd Street. The last place we can put her is about 2 o'clock in the morning alone. Apparently she met up with someone we feel she may have known, he said. The purse and slacks were never found. That's been an unusual case, Bowles said. Usually there's some street gossip, but there wasn't any, so we wonder if it was local or not. Police say they can speculate on whether Miss Board's killing was planned, but the evidence doesn't point that way. This case, like other unsolved killings, isn't closed, but police haven't received any new information on it. There's someone out there with information, and we've kind of exhausted our means until someone decides to help us. Bowles said police detectives aren't under pressure to solve unsolved cases, but it does kind of weigh on you when you have to go to the victims of the relatives and tell them you don't have it solved. Anyways, that was 1991, and then there's another article in 2000, something really short, but this one's kind of interesting because it was an article by one of her kids. See, it's pretty sad actually. It says, I can't remember your face or even your pretty smile. It's so hard to fill this space, for you have been gone a while. We never got to talk or even to laugh and play. So many things left undone, a mother taken away. Michelle, Melody, and Montoya, the kids you left behind, I wish there was a way to turn back the hands of time, Mama. We are all grown up now with families of our own. We hope you've been proud of us since you've been gone on home. That's pretty sad. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, because she had, I think, 3 young kids at home. Yep. And then we go to 2019. And look at that. Sam Little, the freaking barbarian serial killer, is the one who killed her. Can you believe that shit? God, that's unreal. Killer maybe worst ever in the U.S. Samuel Little drew their portraits in paint and pencil, filling out the contours of the faces of women he said he killed over nearly 4 decades ago. He recalled the color of their eyes and the way they wore their hair and locations. One portrait simply says, "Tall girl by highway sign in Cincinnati." Little 79 is in failing health and already in California prison for 3 consecutive life sentences, has confessed to dozens of murders across the United States, including the death of Smith's Grove resident Linda Sue Boards. His details and confessions have so far proven true, prosecutors have said, leading authorities to a grim conclusion. With more than 60 killings now linked to him, Little may be the most prolific serial killer in U.S. history. Yeah, so it was weird for me because I was collecting all the information, and then at the end I just went, well, let's see what Google has. And then boom, you know, it's like... And so what's weird is, like, on this website here, it's still unsolved because it was so recent they haven't updated these pages. And there he is right there. And this is December 13th, 2018. A man linked to dozens of killings over nearly 4 decades has been charged with the murder. Sounds like the same article. She was last seen alive May 11th, 1981, when she traveled with her sister and brother-in-law to Bowling Green nightclub. Reportedly, she decided to stay in town rather than leave with her relatives. Kentucky State Police Detective Gary Travis testified this week before the grand jury. We've had a lot of luck through the years in some cold cases, and anytime you can hopefully give some measure of closure to a victim's family, especially in a violent crime, it means a lot to everybody. Anyways, isn't that crazy? You know, see, it just shows you that a lot of the cases that we have, that you cover and you go over, really are serial killers, because that's why they're not solved. You know, I would say almost every single, I'm going to say almost every single case where you have a female tossed on the side of the road, partially nude, you know, between the ages of like 15 and 30, or, you know, the age doesn't even really matter, okay? Almost every one of those, if they're not solved, is a serial killer, okay? Because what else? Somebody who does that has killed before, right? They're just not caught yet. That's just my opinion. Well, that doesn't make him good at all, LM. It makes him...
cases to the forefront.
Hey, all right. That must have been on Streamlabs. Thank you. Yeah, that doesn't matter at all. That doesn't make him good or anything. It means that he loves the fact that he can retell his stories. And they do that a lot, LM, so you're not right on that one. Yeah, serial killers love to tell their stories once they're caught. You know, they're like, oh, God, yeah. And they get joy out of it. Well, no, but they do it all the time. I mean, Ted Bundy did. Everybody likes to tell their stories. It doesn't even make him like at least he did this. The other ones all died. They love telling their stories. You know? I know what you're saying, though, but I don't give him any credit at all. He actually got joy out of telling his stories. It's not like he did it out of, well, at least he was being compassionate to tell about these other ones. He's doing it because it's like, yeah. And what a crazy person he is. He's out there. I mean, he drew, you know, he could remembered exactly what they looked like, each one of them, and could paint pictures. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's great that, in some ways, it's great that they love retelling their stories after they're arrested, so that the bodies of other people can be found. That's how I would word it. It's great that their sick perversion of reliving their fantasies of killing leads to the discovery of bodies that have never been found. Yep. So, anyways, that's all I've got for you guys. I mean, I think I might do some more out of Kentucky, though. There's seems to be quite a few there. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, it was just the way you worded the first wording that you said. You wrote, one thing I have learned about this man is that he did try to tell law enforcement about all of his killings. At least he isn't like others that don't speak. Yeah, well, yeah. It sounds like that you're sort of, in that sentence, that you were sort of kind of giving him a little credit. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, we agree. Okay. What do you mean by favorite case? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite, you know. There's some that are pretty interesting out there. One of these nights we're going to have to do the Rachel Del Tondo one again. Got to reset that one. It's been too quiet for too long. And why that one isn't solved, I have no idea. I don't know. Send me an email. I you know, have you done this one? I don't know. I don't think it's any more compelling than any, and I'm sure I knew that's what you were going to say, Werewolf. Because I think the Delphi case, while it's brutal, isn't any more interesting than 1,000 other cases out there, okay? You're just saying it because you're just, you know, one of those obsessed people with it. It's one that I want solved quick. It's the one I want solved more than the others. But it's not any, there isn't a lot of information in the case, so it's not really that interesting, you know, in terms of like, oh, wow, well, we've got this and we've got that and we've got this and that and this and that. There's nothing. You have them going to the bridge. They take a couple photographs on the bridge. There's a recording. And then they were murdered. And we don't have any of the information that fills in the gaps, really. You know, we've got the eyewitnesses and that kind of stuff. But, you know, I knew that's what you wanted me to say. So, yeah, it's wild, too. And he remembers them so well that he can make a painting of the person. Don't you find that strange? Yeah. And it's weird all the little details he remembers about all of them, too. He's almost like I don't know what you call the guy. Yeah, I don't know if I want to. His would take too much time. People get bored when you keep doing, like when I was doing the New Jersey cases, I kept getting emails from people saying, God, you keep doing the same thing, you know. You know, I'm going to get back to those too, but maybe I need to put a break in there. And I don't know why it's like that. Each case is totally different than the other one, and you can maybe find some patterns in an area. But I think it's crazy when people want to write me something to tell me about, you know, I'm just going to do what I want to do on the show, you know. So if you don't like it, then go do something else. Yeah, you could also be an alien too. We just don't know, Emily. Yeah, Gene, he could be an alien from Alpha Centauri. We just don't know at this point. Jesus. He could be a deadly savant. I don't know. Sure. I guess so. Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to be coming back on later. So if you guys want to, you know, pretend I'm Folgers, you know, let me know. I'm gonna rest tonight. Maybe watch my Timbers play, and the yeah, wasn't that one crazy, Emily? That one was interesting. And maybe I'll do some exercising. Yeah, and then The Undoing's on later. I'll probably watch that when I go to sleep. Right, I understand what you're saying. He could just be somebody that could remember all of them because he loved every minute of it. You know? Like, I can remember back to some of the dates that I've had that I really liked. And the ones I didn't like, I don't remember. You know, this guy's a psycho, right? And hell, for all we know, he may have written down notes as he was going and then just memorized everything. Thanks, LM. As in Element Open. Forget it. Oh, thanks, Holly Evans. Yeah, we got 8 days left in the month here. Kind of on the back end of it. We're going to try to hit some of these cherries. I'm going to try to get to the 20,000 mark. We'll see. We're up to 18 now. Yeah, I think I'm going to do some more in Kentucky, though. I've got a whole...
Thank you for a great show.
Like, I was looking at this one right here, this website. And look at all these. That's crazy, right? And they're by county. So I just happened to go to Bowling Green here. There's the cop officer one. You know, now there's a whole bunch of 84, unidentified white female, unknown white female, both in 84. Look at that, June, July. You know, you kind of wonder if those are related, just looking at that. You know, both unidentified, at least when they put this up on the web. So probably still today, I would imagine. Thanks, Zozo. Yeah, now about Nicole Kidman, okay? Yeah. She's Australian, isn't she? And then down here, you've got... G'day, mate. You get 9,000? That's me eye, you sky, mate. Perfect. Yeah, I've had it on my desktop for months. Yeah, look at this county. Henderson has these really old ones. 54, 57, 70, 71, 72, 73, 77, 79, 81. So it's all over the place. Anyways, I'm going to go through this one for a while. So many. I would say 95% of these have never been touched by any YouTuber or, you know, a lot of these are on a Reddit post or something because people go through and just sort of put them up there for people to find. But it's so weird when you find these unknown bodies. You know, how come there's so many of those? Man, just seems like they'd be able to be identified. Thanks, Rochelle Black. What are you talking about, Chrissy? Does Gray know we can't reach him? Does he know that? What do you mean? Yeah, well, the number. Oh, you're talking about the number on the top. Yeah, well, I only do that when I say, "Hey, everybody, call in." You know, the number. Maybe. Okay, here's what I'll do. You know, I'll get rid of the number off the screen. I'll let you know when I'm taking calls. Okay. What did you want to call about, Chrissy B? Anything interesting or? Yeah. Yeah, you guys might not like her as a person, but she's a really good actress. That's all I'm talking about. You guys get so freaking like, oh, I'm not going to like him as an actor. I hate all actors' political views and the fact that they speak out against anything because they're idiots, okay? But, you know, if they're a good actress, they're just a good actress. That's it. That's all I'm saying. You know, you can't dispute it. Nicole Kidman is just a good actor. She really is. There's just no way around it. She pulls off everything she does really well. And, you know, if you don't like her, you might not see it, but that just means your mind is biased and you're not being accurate. Yeah. Well, I don't know if Lee D thinks she's a shitty actress. She just says she doesn't like her. But who knows? And we're not talking about Delphi today, Chrissy B. God, you guys are so obsessed with it's so wild. Like you were actually going to call in and talk about the Libby and Abby case? The today's show was about three Kentucky cases, and you were going to call up and ask about that. Derek was the one who gave him a ride. Was to pick them up. That's the father of Libby, but didn't have custody of her at the time because both of Libby's parents, they were involved with drugs and so forth. So they were both. The custody was given to Becky and Mike. Okay, that's it. There's nothing nefarious surrounding it, though. It's all been looked at and checked out and discussed 1,000 times. Yet all the newbie Delphi people show up and boom, it's all really big. Thank you, Linda Howell, as in Linda Moldenhau of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Right, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about, Chrissy B? And it is true what I just said. Yeah, it is true what I just said. Because you went to a show that had nothing to do with it, and you literally tried to dial in so that you could talk about that when that's not what we were talking about. You understand that, right? All right, cool. I know. Jesus. That's hilarious. Yeah, go to the show I did the other night, Chrissy B. I did a live call-in show about Delphi, and Kelsey even called in for a little bit. She's actually the one that dropped the girls off at the bridge, okay? Cool. Yeah, that's right. You got to read her book, man. Stacy Galloway. Death of 9. What is it? Hey, the Dyatlov Pass mystery. I was going to say something else. I don't even know who you were. I never saw a comment that you made, Susanna. Yeah, I'm going to definitely chill out. Just kind of winding down right now. I got to record Susanna's laugh, because every time she laughs, it makes me laugh. Yeah, you are watching me live, and I'm glad you won't be watching it again. I appreciate that. People like you, I don't want watching. Thank you. Oh yeah, just going to sit down and boom. Yeah, this is a live show. Yep, that's right. But we were talking, if you read the title, what does it say? 3 Kentucky cold cases. It didn't say 3 Kentucky cold cases and the Delphi case 24/7. Gosh, Jan. No, I haven't. Have you? Have you ever looked in the mirror at yourself? No, I'm not. I'm actually being centered towards what the topic of the show is about, Jan. See, here's what Jan said. I'll read what Jan said because I'm not trying to hide stuff that people say. She says, "Have you ever been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder? Jesus Christ, you're the most grumpy, self-centered host I've ever seen." No, what it is I'm somebody who gets sick and tired of people that have their own agenda every single time. And I want to talk about the cases that I have as the name of the title. You know? There are all kinds of cases out there. Now, if that frustrates you, well, that's too bad. All right? God, what a baby. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sometimes, you know, I'm not like, here, listen, I'm not going to pretend to be like, wow, fantastic. Wow, that's wonderful. That's the greatest. Oh, thank you, please. Wow. You know, that's just not part of my personality. I literally going to be a straight shooter. Tell you what I feel like, what I'm thinking. You know, if I'm talking about 3 cold cases out of Kentucky, and you go, "Hey, Gray, your phone's not working." And I go, "Well, what do you have to ask?" "Well, I was going to ask about the Delphi case." Now, did they have the... Don't you think that's ludicrous right there? Jan? Hey, Jan, don't you think that's crazy? Yeah. Yeah. That's like having... Okay, imagine this. You have a show on Delphi, Jan. There's a whole show on Delphi for hours. And then somebody calls up and asks you about the JonBenet Ramsey case. Right in the middle of it. Everybody that was there to watch the Delphi case would probably be angry because they want to keep staying there. That's what you would do. So I'm just treating everything the same. Well, you don't see it. I read her comment out loud, LM, if you were paying attention. Yeah. Has anybody ever told you? Yeah. I'm sure. I can be a little bit grumpy every once in a while. That's absolutely true. Thanks, Julie W. Yep. Well, she never came back, so I'll go ahead and I'll hide her again. Yeah, yeah, geriatric, yeah. Werewolf Revolt, another person that only wants to talk about the Delphi case. Over and over, 24/7. See, listen, okay, everybody, I'm just going to say this one time here. My channel covers hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases every year, you know, and that's what we do here, okay? I'm not one of, just because I cover Delphi from time to time, and I made a bunch of, you know, the best videos out there on it, factually, not like, oh, he's just saying that. They really are, okay? So the thing is they are the most accurate out there. Yes, and wow, that sounded so narcissistic of you. Well, I'm just telling you the truth, okay? So if you want me to lie and not sound that way, then that's what I'll try to do. But every once in a while I cover the case, and what happens is people see you cover it once, and they want to subscribe, and they want to join so that you'll keep talking about it every freaking day. And I'm just not one of those people. I'm not the right channel for you if that's what you want me to do. I want to keep covering the same. I want to cover the same way that I've been doing it the whole time. You know, some nights 3 or 4 cold cases, sometimes 8 of them, sometimes 3, 4. It's going to always be mix it up a little bit, and then I'll come back and do Delphi every once in a while. Okay, well. Okay, cool, Werewolf. Good for you. Well, Kubi's out of here now because I just said that. And listen, the Delphi case is one that I'm really passionate about. It's just that there isn't anything. I do a show once every 2 weeks probably on it with Colin, because I want to keep it going and let people talk about stuff they want to talk about. But I don't have anything else. I'm not going to pretend and make up stuff and take an image and put 16 filters on it and then try to tell you that each one of these means this. Or like last night, we had the person come in and say, no, you guys are all looking at it wrong. The head's bent more, it's looking down, and the nose is actually the chin. And it's ludicrous, okay? But I know that it brings in views for channels, so some people, like for example, when I did the live show the other night, that show has probably 6,000 views on it. Then all the other shows after that have 2,000. And, you know, while that sucks in terms of, wow, that's all people care about, it's just the reality of it. And I'm just going to, I just deal with it. And I do live shows 2-3 hours a day. And I think that's why, you know, even though I have almost 52,000 subscribers, I don't have that many views because people don't like watching 3 hours. But I like doing it. You know, I like coming on and going over the cases, hanging out with everybody for a while. You know, I mean, you know, it's just, it is what it is. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But everyone always says, if you have any confidence at all, you're a narcissist. Right? That's just what they call you. It's one of the most overused sentences that there are, phrases used. It's crazy. Well, why are you sending me to jail? Jesus. Kubi just sent me to jail. My God. And then Zozo said I was so mean. Look at all the so means. Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing is, I'm wrong. Not often, but quite a, you know, there's a lot of times where I'm not right about something and I go, oh shit. But I'm immediately able to adjust. So you guys have seen it, right in the middle of the show. It's like, oh crap, what I just told you was wrong. here's this. It doesn't matter to me. See, what I want to do is put stuff together where you have all the facts and that are known and are able to be figured out. And if one of them's wrong that you had as a possibility, then you just remove it. It's okay to do it. Oh, Kubitschek bought me some soap. Well, can't you just wear your your earbuds, Bush and Beach lifestyle? Oh my God! So now I'm minus probably $2. Well, now it's minus $7 now. Wait, no, that one got me back, right? Nazi Goreng fix. I don't even know what that means. So you guys neutralized each other. All right, so that means I think Kubitschek's $2 soap money got me out. Ooh, a strip search. Okay. Oh, that's excellent. All right. No. I am. I was sent to jail by Kubitschek. I'm not sure where we're at. I think I can get out now. I think there's been. Okay, there you go. There, Rebecca made it happen. From my pit. Oh, your pit bull likes the show? How about you, though? Do you still like it, Rebecca? I still like you, even though I don't like pit bulls. How about that? Thanks, LM. You got me out. Now I've got cab ride home and everything. I'm good. Excellent. Excellent. I'm gonna do my commercial break at the auto racing again. I always like doing that one. There we go. This is PIR, Portland International Raceway, with the biggest thing since the Pinewood Drag. We have Rod Laber, a retired astronaut, with his hydroelectric car. It's guaranteed to rip up the road right in front of your face. We also have Jim Hansen with his beaver mobile, the only car that knocks down trees at 200 miles an hour. Trials from 6 and 7 be there. Oh, and don't forget the 32 funny cars, with a man equipped with a hang glider. Ding, 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 ding. All right, Kit Kat. Yes, and today we'll be talking to 3 sanitation engineers about what they do on their job. Stay tuned for some highlights. Yeah, so, Jim, have you seen anything in the toilets of Chris Watts lately that you think might be interesting to the rest of us?
Well, I sure have. I saw some corn kernels, spinach. I did see some spinach and some broccoli.
Oh my God, you saw broccoli?
Wait, how did you get on here? I was on a radio show.
Oh, okay.
Boom, 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 boom. He swallowed his gum there. Who did? Oh yeah. What kind of gum was it though? Was it Big Red? I heard he chews Big Red gum. And for a minute there, they thought maybe he had something wrong with his colon. Turns out it was just Big Red gum stuck to the inside of his... Well, I won't say that, but... Hey, Lee D, you have to unsubscribe first, then subscribe back again and hit all notifications. Dum, dum, dum.
Rider sector, interceptor, and I mean a little baby with a vector on his vector with a respector. Just remember when we fitted with a full deflector, interceptor, and I mean a little vector with a vector.
All right, everybody. Hey, thank you all for showing up for today's show and supporting the channel here. Special thanks to Stacy there for the double cat eye donation. And like I said earlier, you guys gotta, if you haven't seen the show that her and I did on the Dyatlov Pass, you should go watch it. It was like a 4 or 5 part series, I can't remember. And we went over it, her book that she wrote called Death of Nine, the Dyatlov Pass Mystery. You can get it on Amazon. And the link is in the description. What's cool about the book is you always feel like you are sort of, like you're right there, because it's got all the pictures in there. Really describes everybody really well, and there you go. So, and she doesn't send me super chats or anything like that so that I'll tell you this. It really just reminds me of, oh yeah, that was awesome. Okay, so anyways, you guys got to go check it out. Oh my God, Blue and Chloe wrestling again. Nutty, nutty, nutty. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna go through these.
All right.
How about this one? Oh, I like this one better, yeah.
What do you mean you like that one better?
Well, I like my voice like this better.
Well, what do you mean? Isn't that the way your voice always sounds?
Okay, you got me, you got me. Alright. Zozo! Ooh, that doesn't work. Come on. Dang it. Oh, I gotta go fix this stupid thing. Zozo. Kubachek. Stacy double cat eye donation. Alicia C. Julie W. Lee D. Holly Evans. Kubachek. Mary Clark. Linda Howell. Holly Evans. Barbara Smith and Julie W. Oops, hold on a second. Ding, 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 ding. LM. Holly Evans again. Zozo. Michelle Black. Kubachek. Linda Howell. Julie W. Kubachek. Lee D. Bush and Beach Lifestyle Zozo. Rebecca Green. and LM as in LMNO.
Yee! Awesome. Oh wait, let me check one more place. Hold on a second. Oh, and then also on PayPal through Streamlabs, we've got Megan. Thank you. Yeah, he does have holiday ones. I've got a whole folder of those. They're right here, actually. Here, listen. These are Kevin MacLeod. See, there's a Christmas one. See, these are Kevin MacLeod. And we got this one. Thanks, David Arnold. Thank you very much. See, I can play these on Christmas, all right? Or right around that time. All the way up through New Year's. So that was going to be What Child Is This? Angels We... Yeah, he's got a ton of them.
What?
Hey, it wasn't...
It wasn't your turn yet.
Somebody should have put words to Green Sleeves, don't you think? Why didn't they? Although it'd be kind of a weird song singing about green sleeves, you know. Green sleeves. I mean, that'd be kind of a weird, you know. Well, it doesn't have a... Nobody ever sings any words over here. See, this is the full... I have this whole folder, look. See, all these? Ha 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 ha! This is the song that Jodi Arias sang. Holy, oh, Holy Night. Yeah. Okay, anyways, those are the ones we all have to look forward to, okay? What happened? All right, everybody, thank you all for showing up. I'll put our favorite song back on again, and you guys can keep chatting for a little bit. All right, but make sure that you wear your masks, maintain your social distancing, and wash your hands. Oh, Jodi Arias, okay. And wash your hands whenever possible. All right, everybody? So that's it. As I always say, everybody, till next time, be safe out there. And where's the freaks again? There we go. Oh, there's the countdown again. 10. That's what I'll do. I'll use that for the end of the show. 10 minutes of this, too. Or would you guys rather listen to a Christmas song during this 10 minutes? Wow, this is a 19-minute song. Hey, oh yeah, everybody's doing. Chris has already set up the Christmas trees. This is a 19-minute song. What's it sound like later? Hold on. Wow. Okay. Anyways. Hey, thanks, LM. I mean, I hope you guys know, like, you know, sometimes when I'm like, oh God, that's ridiculous, it doesn't mean I hate anybody. And you shouldn't even feel bad, you know. It just means that, oh wow, I thought that was crazy. Now, there's other people that might think what you said was awesome. Alright? But I still, you know, I like all of you guys. Doesn't matter what you know, if you have an opinion that, see, people always say that if you have a different opinion than mine, I kick you out. And that's just total bullshit. It's when you have a different opinion and I say, oh, that's crap, and they go, Gray, you're a dumb thing, you know, and they start going off on some crazy thing. Well, then, yeah, you probably aren't going to survive. But it's amazing how they always say that I kick them out if they disagree. It's just total bullshit, you know. I have my own show, so if I disagree, you'll probably get to hear it. And it's hard for you to rebut because I'm on this end of it, right? No worries, mate. Okay, see, that time I said mate. Okay, no worries, mate. Does that sound better? No worries, mate. See, that time I didn't say might. You got to give me some credit for that one. No worries, mate. No worries, mate. Put some shrimp on the bobby. Shrimp on the bobby. You guys must get sick of the shrimp on the bobby thing. It's like, why is that the quintessential phrase that somebody says in Australia? It's just so stupid. Put some shrimp on the bobby. It's like, yeah, I like prawns. Those are good. Oh, is that from Crocodile Dundee? Did he say that in there? Oh boy. Oh, you got that right, Charlie Ann. I worked at Nordstrom's for 2 years. And man, that was just 24/7. You went to sleep at night and you had cold sweats, thinking of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Where you should be like a blissful sleep. PTSD from Christmas music. Oh, there it is, the snowflake emoji. Oh, yeah. It's just so lovely out there, everybody. I think we should all... Can't we all just get along? Who's Pete? Why would I make a Chloe emoji for a guy named Pete? That kind of looks like Chloe up there, older though, right? Like, it's funny when you read Pete's Sake. Yeah, it looked like an old Chloe there. Thank you. Thank you all for showing up tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, Gray. Thanks for having us on again tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, Gray. It's such a wonderful season. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Gray. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Would you guys shut the hell up, okay? You guys are full of crap.
Okay, but it sounded nice, didn't it?
Yeah, Gray. Geez, can't we just pretend to be nice to you?
All right, everybody, be safe out there. You can still chat for a little bit, but I'm turning off the streaming side of it.